Welcome to the Explainer. For so many small businesses, IT feels like this constant firefight, right? It's a huge source of stress and, let's be honest, a lot of unexpected costs. But what if you could completely flip that script? Today, we're diving into exactly that, how to transform your IT from a chaotic mess into a source of control and a real strategic advantage.
But first, let's just get real for a second. When your systems go down, what is the actual price you pay? I'm not just talking about a repair bill. No, we're talking lost sales, a damaged reputation, your entire operation just paralyzed. The stakes, they are incredibly high.
So let's start by looking at the reality for a lot of folks. It's called reactive IT. The old break-fix model that so many businesses are kind of stuck in. And we're going to uncover the hidden risks that come right along with it.
Okay, check out this number, 60 to 70%. That is the majority of small and medium-sized businesses facing a major IT disruption every single year. This isn't some rare fluke, It's a common, totally predictable threat.
And when that incident finally hits, the financial blow is just staggering. We are looking at an average cost of $250,000. Think about that. For many small businesses, a single event like this isn't just a setback. It could be an extinction-level event.
And here, this is where that cost really starts to multiply. 12 hours. An average of 12 hours of downtime. That's a day and a half where your team can't work, your customers can't buy, and your whole operation just grinds to a halt. That huge financial cost we just talked about, it's a direct result of this operational paralysis.
All right, so we've seen the problem. It's pretty bleak. Now let's pivot to the solution. And it all starts with a fundamental shift in mindset, moving away from reaction and towards prevention.
I absolutely love this quote from our source material. It just perfectly captures the opportunity here. It's about breaking that painful, chaotic cycle of emergencies. And instead, you build a system that delivers reliable, repeatable performance. You're literally turning a weakness into a core strength.
So what's the engine that drives this big shift? It's proactive IT monitoring. And, it's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. Instead of waiting for the smoke alarm to go off, you've got sensors looking for the absolute faintest spark. The entire goal here is to spot and solve problems when they're small, cheap, and easy to fix. And this just lays it all out, doesn't it? The two different worlds. On one side, you have that reactive scramble. It's high stress, high cost, total chaos. On the other side, you've got the proactive approach. It's calm, it's controlled, and it is way more cost-effective. It's really the difference between being a firefighter running into a burning building and being a fire marshal who prevented the fire in the first place. Okay, so we get the concept. But now let's explore the concrete, measurable benefits this proactive approach actually delivers for your business. Right. Let's talk money. This chart really says it all. Businesses that adopt a proactive strategy, they report savings of up to 40% compared to those stuck in that reactive cycle. Why? Because preventing a problem is always cheaper than cleaning up a disaster. So where are all these threats coming from? Well, this chart is pretty revealing. Look at that. The biggest slice isn't just old servers failing anymore. We're facing active, malicious threats like ransomware. That makes proactive security monitoring absolutely non-negotiable. And here's the proof that this stuff actually works. Companies that adopt a formal security framework, like the one from NIST, that's the National Institute of Standards and Technology, a U.S. government body that sets best practices, they see a measurable 30% drop in successful cyber attacks. Structure and monitoring, they lead directly to better security, plain and simple.
So beyond the security and savings, there is another really critical piece to this puzzle: compliance. With data regulations getting stricter all the time, a proactive approach is really the key to staying ahead of the game.
This table shows you exactly why monitoring is so critical. Under data privacy laws like GDPR over in Europe, you could have as little as 72 hours to report a data breach. You simply cannot meet that kind of deadline without constant monitoring. So whether it's for data privacy, industry standards like NIST, or financial regulations, proactive monitoring is often a straight-up legal requirement.
Okay, so we've covered the why. Now let's get to the how. In our final section, we're going to turn all this theory into a practical action plan for your business. So the most important thing is to follow a clear process. And it really just breaks down into 4 manageable steps. First, you got to know what you have, so assess your systems. Second, pick the right tools to watch over them. Third, have a clear playbook for when something does go wrong. And finally, and this one's huge, make sure your team is trained and ready to go.
And here it is, a checklist to get you started. This includes deploying monitoring solutions, like something called a SIEM, which stands for Security Information and Event Management. Just think of it like a central alarm system for all your tech. And remember that last point, because it's a big one. You do not have to do this alone. Partnering with experts, often called MSSPs, can be a fantastic way to get this done right.
So we'll leave you with this one last thought. In today's world, your business is your data. It's your single most valuable asset. So the crucial question you need to ask yourself is this: who or what is watching over it right now? Thanks for joining us on The Explainer.